Are the Lakers playing LeBron too much, or does it not even matter with him?
It's a heck of a question. LeBron has just played in his third straight overtime game. Last night's a 1-point win over the Oklahoma City Thunder. He did last night's game without Anthony Davis, who's still out with an Achilles injury. He has also recently voiced lament for the All-Star game actually happening, especially because it's been such a short offseason for him, obviously last year with the bubble ending in October. This all brings into question his minutes and whether he is sort of being run into the ground by Frank Vogel. He is averaging 34.7 minutes a game, which is about the same as last year, which was a career low. But if you look at sort of the varying ways that coaches look at this, Steve Kerr has said, we're not going to play Steph Curry extra minutes or extra games, just chasing W's. His health is what's most important. It feels like Frank Vogel isn't following that same theory here by playing him every single game, and presumably he will play in this All-Star game. Do we think he needs to hold back because the Lakers, win whole and with LeBron James healthy, seem to be the best team out there, regardless of record, regardless of standing, and in this postseason, probably won't be as much of a home court advantage again in the postseason. I think if I'm Frank Vogel, I'm giving the dude a day off or two. He doesn't have to go full Tom Brady and play every single game and win a Super Bowl. Just give me some days off.
Well, it's been 8 years since we started asking if LeBron James is playing. I'm sure people are even asking before that, but it's been almost a decade of us asking, do we need to give LeBron James a break? And over, he has proved to us, both with the amount of money invested in that body and then that body's ability to withstand injury, that he can do it. Now, in this case, I do think, Izzy, that comment from him about the All-Star game is what's sort of needling at us here. We're thinking about the way he talked about his exhaustion, the way that he talked about how he hadn't signed up for that and he needed a break. And we're sort of internalizing that looking ahead. I think it's smart to be wary of how much you're playing him now, because at some point it might catch up. It's kind of like the Tom Brady thing. We keep saying that age is undefeated and then they keep disproving it. So I'm not arguing that we should worry about him falling off a cliff, but because we also understand that the regular season in the NBA isn't as important as we used to think it was. We've seen teams thrive and then fail in the postseason. That balance, especially with this roster that returned most of the folks that were there last year for that winning team, they don't need it as much as a team that needs to get their chemistry like the Nets or something, right? This is a team that added some pieces and they need to adjust to them, but should be able to come back in the postseason, even if they don't have a full 100% LeBron James for a couple games.
I just think it's very generous of you guys to even really care or even theorize about what Frank Vogel wants in this. Because if I know anything about how LeBron James is living his life, he is deciding everything that is happening to him. If he is going to play this many minutes, it's because LeBron James wants to play in this many minutes. He wants to play this many overtimes. He wants to, I think, and this is not a real spoiler alert for anybody, he wants to be considered the Tom Brady and beyond of the NBA. Winning another MVP this season, I think, is very important to LeBron James. Otherwise, he wouldn't really be doing any of this. So I think LeBron wants to play these minutes. That's why he's playing these minutes. I will only caution everybody else on the Lakers and in sports, really, to not say what someone like Kyle Kuzma said, which is, quote, being tired is just in your head. Like, I think that's true of LeBron James, singular greatest of all time candidate. But from Kyle Kuzma, that just has, like, Big Jesse Spano energy, right? Like, yeah, it's only tired in your head until you are so scared.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.